Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, it's going to be a podcast full of coughing, I think.
Yeah, there's
So,
gonna be. I have my box of tissues right here, so I'm set. My
hey everyone, welcome to
hello
the
everyone.
show. Um, so this is a recap show about the show that was this weekend, the Show Me Show in
Yeah,
Colorado Springs.
yeah.
However, some shit happened, and yeah, do you have the bean footage?
I probably do somewhere. Yeah.
We can talk about it after the bean footage. Why don't you
Okay.
roll the
Let's.
bean footage?
Let's.
Everybody, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, get people in here.
It's an,
We're all do a recap of the Show Me Show. Hey, look at that, we're back.
hey.
Um, so yeah, we like Colorado had a little bit of snow on Friday, a little bit of not great weather. Uh, thought everything was going to be a little rough, but it turned out pretty good. But before we get into specifics, Trevor, how was your week?
Oh man. It was going great until Saturday morning, and then I woke up dead to the world. Um, what has happened? Let's see. My hypo GHI girl laid, and she came from the rack. Was it? Did I already talk about her last time?
I don't think so.
I'm on a lot of Nyquil, so um, my my first female out of the flooded rack laid, so that's a good sign. It's a Cypress het hypo to a hypo GHI. Um, so that's pretty sweet. I got in the two animals from Tony. Forget what they are.
Was it the
Uh,
pink stuff?
no, it was leopard acid het lab
Oh,
posset
yeah.
clown, and then a deep orange confusion het clown. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so those guys are looking pretty good. And then this morning, the pastel GHI clown girl laid from the leopard stranger het clown. So those should be fun. So far I have 12 eggs in the incubator in the past 7 days.
GHI stuff too.
All GHI stuff. You
Yeah.
gotta have it. You gotta have that. You got to have it. But I've been dead to the world for like the last 3 days. So I did not go to the Show Me show on Saturday after cupping up animals all day Friday night. And I did not go Sunday either. And then I didn't go to work today. And it's been a lot of sleeping and NyQuil because I can't take Dayquil; it just doesn't do shit. So I just take NyQuil all day long, and go to sleep. But other than that, life's good. How about you, Josh? How was your week?
Week was good. Um, Busy with work per normal. We just have a lot of products in the pipe right now, and it's a lot of juggling stuff. And I don't have the. I used to be able to carve away like an hour here and there during the week to do like shorts and do other things for the show and for snakes and stuff, but I just haven't had that time in a long time.
Mm,
Um, I'm pretty sure like my whole family got sick with I think the same thing you have.
yeah.
And I heard a lot of people have gotten this upper respiratory cold.
Mm,
Um, I feel like I got it, but I didn't get the part of it that made everybody feel bad.
Gotcha.
Because like I got a cough and I'm stuffed up, and like I can feel like I need to cough up phlegm,
Yeah.
but I didn't get the sore throat. I didn't get the exhaustion. I didn't get any of that.
Mm.
So I've been kind of just plugging away normally.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Um, I did like halfway through Sunday start like losing my voice, just from all the talking.
All the
And
animal sales.
yeah, no, but yeah, like we're down on Morph Market, another 430 animals. It'll probably be add 14 more to that once I get to Morph Market and take my snakes off.
Nice. Nice.
Um, but yeah, then the weekend we had the Show Me Show. So Friday morning at about 7 a.m., it started snowing.
Yeah.
Like it was 70 degrees for the whole week.
Yeah.
And then Friday morning it starts snowing. By 1 o'clock in Highland Ranch where I live, we had 9 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to set up. Usually it takes about an hour from where I'm at to drive to Colorado Springs.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
It took like on Sunday when it was clear, it took me 55 minutes to get there.
Oh, shit. It's an hour and 30 for me.
Yeah, it takes me about 20-25 minutes to get to your house.
Yeah, gotcha.
So, um, and I was just like, man, I am not driving in this. So about 1:30, 1:15, my wife got home and she comes from Castle Rock, which
Mm.
is kind of it's
In that
maybe
direction.
10 minutes away from me, but on the way to Colorado Springs.
Mm.
And she's all, listen, once you get past Colorado Springs, it's not bad.
Nice.
Like it wasn't snowing really by us. It was fluff. That was it. So I was like, oh, fine. I think I should just go and get it done with. Make sure I get good tables for us.
Mm.
And I messaged you saying, like, hey, I'm actually gonna run and go set up.
Yeah, yeah.
And you said you probably still weren't going. So I said, I'll make sure to grab a table.
Yeah.
So I was able to grab 2 tables. Um, and we were kind of towards the front. Um, like there wasn't a bad spot in the place really. So I set up, it took me like 30 minutes, bolted, got home. Um, it had pretty much stopped snowing at that point, but
Oh,
like
snap.
it was like there were some bad accidents on the freeway,
Yeah.
like a flipped ambulance, uh like the whole southbound by the time I was going home north was closed at Monument.
Mm.
Uh and there was a fire truck blocking the whole, like all the lanes on the other side of the freeway. And like I heard like a Camaro like caused a pile up or something.
Damn
But
Chevys.
anyway, got home, woke up in the morning, left a little early.
What time did
Uh
you?
I left at 6:30,
Damn, that's when I was gonna leave.
and it took about an hour and a half still to get there because it like there were certain parts of the freeway that hadn't got, like the sun was out and the sun was shining and it was melting, but there are certain parts that are shaded by mountains that don't melt right away,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like around Larkspur and like some of the other small cities, and like those areas were sketchy because it
Yeah.
like at night it got to the teens and it froze. Um, by the time I drove home though, after the show on Saturday, everything was melted. Like it was just
Yes.
normal roads. Um, but I was worried on Friday about the weather because it's like, dude, like a foot of fucking snow. Like who's coming out?
Right.
Like
I was
so, like
flashbacks to that spring AARPE.
yeah, yeah,
Remember
yep.
that?
And So I was like thinking on the ride home, going like, man, like I'm gonna go out there and nobody's coming out. Like it's a small show. Colorado Springs isn't as big as Denver.
Mm,
At least where I'm at, I didn't hear any advertising. We'll get into that later because um, apparently they do pretty localized advertising. Because I
mm,
didn't hear anything where I'm at, but I heard a lot of people saying they were just spammed with ads for the Show Me show.
yeah.
Danny has a question here. Show Me shows, if weather causes someone to miss the show, do they refund the booth fees? I think they would probably do it on a case by case basis. Um, but I don't know. Like that weather wasn't that bad though.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like people were locked down or anything.
Right.
Um, but
That's a
yeah,
question
so
for them, Danny.
what's that?
That's a question for them. You'd want to
Yeah,
reach out and ask them.
because I'm like, and I don't know if they'd refund or just credit. They'd probably like, I doubt they would refund. They would probably credit if they did anything.
Right.
Um, so yeah, the setup was good. There's the normal crew at the show that I see everywhere. um, I don't know. I didn't. I don't think I saw anybody
New.
um, different that I hadn't seen before there.
Gotcha.
It was like Fireball, Mountain Man, Randy, me,
Andy.
Andy, um, the 3D print people.
Was Chase there?
Chase was not there.
Oh.
Chase was slacking. Chase probably had some other shit going on.
Was Corey and Aaron?
Um, what's that?
Was Corey and Aaron there?
So they came. They weren't vending.
Oh, okay.
So I saw them there and I talked to them a little bit, but they didn't vend.
Gotcha.
Um, so yeah, so that was set up. I walked away from setup a little worried just because of the weather and what the turnout was going to be.
Mm,
Um, then, so Saturday I get there and I get in and it's a little hectic. It took a little time. Some people, like some vendors, showed up like right on the dot. I think people just maybe didn't expect it was still going to take, even though the sun was out and stuff was melting. Like I said, like there were some areas that were a little sketchy. Um, and Saturday they opened the VIP at 9 a.m. and it stayed packed. Like there was a point probably at like 12 or 1 o'clock where I looked back at the door and there was still a line of people to come in.
fuck yeah.
Um, and the line would die down, but then it would build back up again. And like, but there was like, it was packed. I don't think I got a breather until like 3:30.
Yeah.
Which was like, it was busy and I was tired by the end of the day, but it was great because it like there was a ton of people. There was I definitely saw a lot of my normal people that I see at all the other shows and talk to, but then I saw a lot of new people.
Mm,
And talking to a lot of people, these are people that won't make the trek up from Pueblo all the way to Denver, but will go to Colorado Springs.
gotcha.
So like Pueblo, Trinidad, that area.
Mm,
And they're like, well, it's a little closer and I don't have to, it's only an hour away instead of 2 hours away.
right.
So there was definitely different customers and different people. So that was good seeing all that. And again, it was packed that first day. And I heard, and I can't remember who mentioned it, but I heard there was over 2,000 people on that day,
On the first day.
on the first day.
That's
Pretty
comparable
good.
to low ARPE.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
in a smaller place with less vendors.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what's up.
so there was also, so in the convention area that we were at and the space we took up, there was another section next door and they had a goth horror convention going on at the same time. So, I mean, it kind of was a perfect overlap because it's definitely there's a Venn diagram overlap of,
Yeah.
goth people like spiders and snakes and other shit. So,
Yeah.
like, it kind of was perfect, and you definitely saw the trickle over of the goth crowd coming over to check out stuff, but they were also buying stuff, which
That's
was really
awesome.
nice.
Was that a 2-day show also?
I think so, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was both days. In fact, I think they went longer on Sunday than ours did because there were still people coming over, but we closed at 3:30.
Gotcha.
Um, because there were definite times when we were all packing up and people were taking stuff to their cars, where there were people walking over from the other convention and then looking and going like, "Oh, I guess they're closed." Um, so I would have fucking set up at the fucking parking lot if I could have sold another couple snakes.
There you go.
Um, but yeah, so Sunday was a shorter day. It was 10 to 3:30. Um, it seemed pretty packed almost the whole time. Again, I'm not sure how many people came on Sunday. Definitely saw some of the same people.
Mhm.
Um, it it was packed, but I felt like on Saturday or Sunday I had more time to talk to people,
Gotcha.
so spend a little bit more time with people. Um, this was the best show I've ever had. I've only done two handfuls of shows now,
Right.
so but it was definitely the best show that I had. And I think the learning experience from the other shows and knowing the kind of crowd that comes to these shows, the smaller shows, has just paid off because it's not like I'm bringing a bunch of stuff that's priced $600 plus.
Right.
I kept it like I only had, I think, two animals at like 300 plus. Um, and overall, great show. And I don't know. I guess since I can't ping pong off of you, since you weren't there. So some things that were different for me at this show is I have a new tablecloth and backdrop.
Mhm.
Anybody that's come, or I mean, you can go on my Instagram and look at old setup pictures of the show where I have a white tablecloth that's just got my logo and my name and like email on it. And the QR code for like Venmo.
Yeah.
Um, so I put in the effort I made a new tablecloth that has my name on it, but that's more artistic. And then I have a big backdrop now that is definitely more artistic. And if you go to my last post, which was this weekend, where I showed the display, the whole intent of this thing, because I got the whole video game or just game theme with Critical Hit, was
Yeah.
that I wanted it to look like an old video game where you have the forced perspective, like you're walking down a hall and fighting monsters.
Mhm.
So if you look at my display, it's like the stone tabletop with a bunch of treasure, and then the backdrop is a bunch of snakes, that pixel art snakes with health bars on them.
Oh yeah.
Um, and it's all colored well with my ARS displays and everything else at my table. So it all matches. It looked great. I got a ton of comments on my display, even in the chat here. If you scroll back to before we started, um,
I've been slacking on the chats.
uh, BNC Snake Shack mentioned I talked to him for a while on Sunday. But yeah, like I put a lot of effort into that. I had people come up and just want to take a picture of the backdrop and everything. So
That's awesome.
the other thing was just how I organized my table. So before I would have the circular deli cups in the middle
Right.
with the two ARS displays. Um, I took this from Joe at Fireball. He uses the Container Store little 1.6 quart
Mhm.
shoe boxes. they're not really shoes. Shoes can't fit in them except baby shoes, but
Right.
um, they have the 1.6 quart plastic totes, and he was using them as like to go containers for people taking snakes home.
Mm,
And I did that too, but I also just instead of using the deli cups, I just used those as the displays because then I just took those and then put them in a bag that I
yeah.
had already pre-made with stickers and a die and like my card. So like the whole process of purchasing something, swiping your card and getting out of there was
Was quick.
super quick
Yeah.
and streamlined. And everything just fit better because everything is rectangles. They all just sat
Right.
next to it. So I could fit like 6 across instead of like 5.
Gotcha.
And I could go 3 deep instead of 2, like
Yeah.
I could do with the deli cups.
Gotcha.
So I was able to fit 42 animals at the table with the 2 ARS displays and the quart totes.
Nice.
So that was great, and I still had the chest of loose dice and the dice earrings. I could not fit the dice sets on the table though.
Oh, bummer.
This was also the first show that I brought adult snakes
Yeah.
to cycle out. I
Gotcha.
did not sell any. I had a long conversation with a guy about one of them though, and
Okay.
we can talk about that. But I think, and we've talked about it on the show before, about like, hey, does display matter?
Mm,
Right? It does. It
yeah.
100% does. Like, just getting a person coming up just because they think your backdrop is cool,
Mm.
and it's like, oh man, I love the whole theme and everything, and then you start talking to them, and then it goes into, hey, like, do you have a snake? Like, it provides you opportunities to sell something.
For sure.
Um,
The more people you talk to, always. Oh,
yep. Um, so what else did I do different?
I
I
have some
think
questions.
yeah, yeah.
What animals did you see walking around that people were buying? Was it mainly balls, crested?
Main, mainly balls and cresteds. That's
Was there anybody with
what
some
was
wild
there.
stuff?
White's tree frogs. I saw a couple people with those,
Okay,
like people that had purchased them and walking around with them.
nice.
I saw somebody that purchased a BCI.
Okay.
Um, I saw people walking around with jumping spiders, tarantulas, praying mantises, um, carpet, um,
For Mandy.
from Andy.
Yeah.
I think he sold one. Uh, I saw some rat snakes. I definitely saw colubrids around.
Okay.
Mexicans, Mexican kings. Um, but for the most part, it's still balls and cresteds pretty much dominated. There was a guy that was just all New Caledonia stuff. He also had gargoyles and lychees.
Okay.
Um, he was next to uh, Randy, who was across from me.
Okay.
um, there was a couple 3D. There was a guy that did. I think he might have been a 3D print guy too, but he had a big display of like reptile related T-shirts.
Okay. That's cool.
And there was oxalotls.
Oh,
Um,
was she there?
yeah, they were there.
Nice. Yeah. Good. Still hustling
Um,
the mox levels. Get them off.
yeah, she came over going like, "Hey, is Trevor here?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't think he's gonna go." um,
That's awesome.
there was a lot of dry goods people like with cork bark. It's like there was 5280 scales and tails. Um, so it was actually there were not a huge amount of vendors,
Hmm.
which maybe benefited us, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did well, so I'm not going to complain. Everybody I talked to did well. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
Um, I did find out that May 1st, after May 1st, we'll probably start seeing hognose and other things at shows.
Good
And
deal.
anything that got deregulated. So the shitty part about that though is the ARPE
Yeah.
is before May 1st.
Yeah, it is.
So
Mhm.
it'll be interesting. Um, but it's going to be cool because there's going to be more variety at the shows,
Yeah.
and there's going to be more vendors, which means a larger show, which hopefully pulls in more people.
How many vendors do you think there were total?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I'd say they probably had like 40 to 50 vendors.
Okay. All right.
I think it was a good amount.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just trying to think because like all you have all the end caps.
Right.
Oh, there was somebody with parrots. They were right behind me.
Oh,
He had parrots and African grays,
oh
and
hell no.
it, one of them kept doing like phone game sounds and like like your battery is out and your fire alarm sound. And Andy and I just kept looking at each other, going like, "Oh my god." um,
I cannot do birds.
um,
I have chickens. That's the most birdie I'll get.
so yeah, I think my big thing was just having the better display and then being streamlined in the way I got people checked out and like made it really easy to just like, oh, you want this one? Okay, here you go. You
But
know.
yeah.
Um,
Are you about ready to step up to a second table?
I think I'm close.
Yeah, nice.
I actually so let's talk about that real quick because I think the realization that I had, like, because we've talked about when you buy a 8 foot by 3 foot space
Hmm.
for the show, um, generally everybody just keeps the one table in front. They put their backdrop and they're kind of in between with their chair, right?
Right, right.
I'm really thinking like I because I'm not quite at the point where I think I can do 2 tables.
Hmm.
I think if I push the table back and do like a like 4 by 2 or 2 by 2 table, like side table
Yeah.
on each side and do a U, that would probably work out to give me a little bit more space, but not take up 2 8 foot slots.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha.
Then I also don't need to get another backdrop and tablecloth and like all that jazz.
I think you still have to have some kind of tablecloth.
Um, I mean, getting a 4 by 2 black tablecloth just to drape
Yeah,
over it would be fine.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
The other thing that I could do is just get a small table for behind and put like because I've talked about doing the here's another thing is I again, this is the second show that I'm going to say this. I think I could have done like 4 or 5 more sales
Mhm.
if I had the starter kits at my thing rather than pointing like, "Oh, they got starter kits over there. Why don't you check them out?" And then they go over there, buy the starter kit and a snake from
Yeah,
the person, right?
yeah,
Um, so even if just the table behind me had the starter stuff
right.
and
Maybe some chipper or whatever.
yeah, just like other things.
Yeah,
Like I definitely I need to cup up morning geckos
yeah.
next show and bring those too because I have like fucking 50 morning geckos in this goddamn cage. And like my wife has talked about doing like the little 8 by 8 by 12 acrylic terrariums and like doing them pre-decorated and doing like the a pair of morning geckos in one of those for like 150.
Yeah,
Um and seeing how that works or I can just do like, you know, morning geckos and deli cups for 20 bucks a piece or something.
right.
Just to have something else at my table.
Mm,
You know, one of the like we talked about it at the beginning of the year, one of my goals is to diversify a little bit, and this is one of the ways to do it.
yeah.
So, yeah, I think I might adjust the layout and maybe try the I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it at Repticon next in 2 weeks, but I think the later shows, it might be something that I do.
I feel like it would be. decent at the Repticon, especially since if you're not in the center booth,
Yeah.
everybody has their backs like right to the wall, right?
Yep.
So might be a good one to try.
So yeah, the other thing is like, so my table at the Show Me show was in a pod in the middle. And if I do the youth thing, it then blocks Andy and the Spider Girls, and I feel bad because I can't remember their names, and I've vended next to them previous to. But if you start doing the U shape, all of a sudden your tables are blocking
Right,
entries and exits and stuff for other people. So I
right,
think if I did that, it would have to be like I'd have to pick tables that are on the like ends or against walls. That way I'm not
mm,
impeding anything.
mm.
Um, and I would love to try it. It's just I don't think I could get the tablecloths and the tables in the next
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So yeah, it's but I mean it's I was talking to BNC as well at the show on Sunday, who I know is in the chat. But I every show I learn something, and every show I change something, which always seems to benefit me at the next show.
There you go.
So I think that's all that matters, right? Because like
Oh
every
yeah.
show I'm selling more, every show I'm improving my setup, every show I have new animals that are better than the ones that I had previous.
Mm.
Um, every show I have more variety in my animals as well. Um, so all in all, it's been a good improvement.
Did you see a
And
lot of pies, bells, and bananas?
there were a lot of pieds.
Always, yeah.
I actually didn't have a pied on Saturday.
You what?
I didn't have a pied on Saturday, and I brought one with me on Sunday
Nice.
to backfill.
To this
But I had it priced probably a little high, and I knew it, and it was more because it was I took a holdback that I was kind of willing to part with if somebody paid a certain price.
I got you.
But I just had it at the table, and of course, like that's the one that everybody points out. I don't have any bananas right now. I'm waiting on 2 banana girls to lay. Um, and I don't have any. Well, I have 1 bell pairing this year, but it's to try to test to see if there's a gene in an animal.
Yeah, I got you.
Um, and so like I only have 1 male that has any bell genes in it, and he's in a project that I don't have any females that have bell genes.
Gotcha.
And the only reason I'm pairing him to this girl is because she laid a clutch for me that we think might have a bell gene in it. And so I'm pairing him to her this year just to see if that's the case, because apparently I'm too lazy to shed test, which I should fucking do.
I think.
Um, but I think I had a lot of great conversations with people. So like I'll go back to a previous comment that I had. This is the first show that I brought uh proven breeders and just animals that I have better animals than I just don't need to the
Mm-hmm.
show. And not just hatchlings. And so last year I had a GHI entry hypo male that gave me 5 clutches.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did my pairings this year, he is not getting paired to anybody.
Yeah.
So I brought him because I will move him if somebody needs him.
Mm-hmm.
And I get what I want for him. Well, I also have a lot of GHI babies at the table. And there was a guy that came to my table that loves GHI and he's starting to breed. And he has a GHI female that's almost ready
Mm.
to go. And he's looking at I had a super GHI het hypo boy, hatchling,
Excellent.
120 grams. Like, obviously, you can get him there next year. And he like guy really liked him. He's super dark, like really likes dark jeans, and he walked by like 3 times,
Nice.
and we start having a conversation, and he tells me what he has, and I go, if she's gonna go by end of this year, you could get this GHI Enchi Hypo Boy that's ready to go
Mm.
and make this animal this year,
Right.
as opposed to buying this animal, waiting, and then now the only good thing with this is that all your babies are going to be GHI,
Right.
guaranteed,
With the super.
with the super.
Mm.
But you're going to have to wait the year, or so like there's like this 30-minute conversation with this guy, and he walks away and he'll come back, and like he ended up buying the baby because
Oh, nice.
he wanted more to know that everything was going to be GHI
Gotcha.
than be able to just breed. And he would probably hit a couple supers,
Yeah.
but not guaranteed, right?
Right.
So yeah, it was an interesting conversation because it's stuff that we've talked about before. It's like, do I have something better? Like, and I'm basically having the same conversation with this guy that I have with myself every day in the
Mm.
snake room when I'm looking at stuff, going like, should I keep it? Should I get rid of it?
Right.
Um, so, but I had a ton of conversations like that. Definitely talked to a lot of people that are new breeders. I mean, I talked to a person that's got 20 ball pythons and he's not a breeder. He just has pets, and
Yeah.
they're all in 4x2s in a room. And I'm just like, holy shit, man.
That's
Like,
awesome.
it is awesome. But it's like, man, you haven't gone down the breeding rabbit hole yet. They're all males. He only buys males.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
but you know, I,
someone.
I I don't think I don't think a lot of people had bananas at the show.
Okay.
A lot of people were asking if I had bananas, or I did a walk around. I don't think if anybody had bananas, it was probably Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I know a lot of his banana stuff is mixed with like Stranger and Clown, and like
Right.
a
Higher end.
lot of other stuff that's probably on the more pricier side.
Mm.
So I had more than one person ask me about Black Xanthic or TSK Xanthic.
Oh, motherfucker.
Um, and like I was like, fuck, man, because the one girl that I'm pretty like I'm surprised she hasn't laid yet is the GHI TSK Xanthic Het Lav girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I should have eggs soon. Here's my card.
Yeah.
Let me know. Um, but yeah, I was surprised about that one. Um, God, what else?
I had 3 of those kept up on Friday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dude, there was at least one dude that I know for sure you could have gotten to buy something.
It's all
Um,
good. It's all good. I
but
learned something without even going to the show
well, there you go.
that I need to buy all new ARS displays because there are 3 cup sizes for the deli cups, right? And none of my animals fit in the small size anymore. So I just got to break down and order 3 of those ARS display cases.
Dude, it's fucking hilarious because like I know because we do all the shows together usually, and
Yeah.
like my stuff and your stuff, we're like putting them in the small deli cups, and they're like, yeah, we fucking. And now it's like 3 months later,
Yeah.
and it's like, no,
No.
no
No.
more smalls. But again, like I was saying, like those 1.6 quart container store, because they're about the size of like one of the slots of a 3-slot ARS display.
Okay. Yeah.
And like they fit like a 600-gram animal.
Yeah.
Um, they were great.
Did you
Like,
just turn them over lid side down?
what's that?
Did you just turn them over lid side
No,
down?
they walk on all four sides.
Right.
They like those animals aren't getting out of it.
Yeah, some people just for the view, there's no
They're clear enough to where they're not.
all the way around. Yeah,
Yeah, because the lid is clear too, and it's not super thick, so it's not
yeah,
like it's a foggy white.
yeah.
They worked really well, and they took the chalk marker great, so I was able to just write on them, and yeah, it was good.
Have you seen
Um,
the neon green chalk marker?
I use my green one for the price.
Okay.
So I use the pink and blue
Yeah.
for the sex, and then I'll use the green one for the price.
Where I can't find the green one.
So actually I don't have the green one in here, but this is the set I bought on Amazon.
Oh yeah, mine's definitely different.
Um, the green, pink, and blue one are not in here currently.
Word.
Do they have? No, it doesn't have the little dots that shows you all the colors, but that one had a green one in it, a neon green one.
Yeah. Word. I'm gonna have to buy some new ones.
Um, God, what else? What else did I learn? I definitely felt more comfortable selling shit.
Good. Well,
Um,
it shows in sales.
yeah, it like just overall it felt better. Just engaging with people and talking to them and even feeling more comfortable closing, which was the part that I was having a hard time with before.
Mm.
Um, just, guiding people over the edge a little bit or like even just the intuition of knowing like I think this person's about to walk away, so let me go like, well, hey, if you want this, I'll give you $25 off.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I only had to do that once.
No, okay.
Everything else sold for what I had it on the table at.
Nice.
So,
Oh
um, and like it was a good variety of stuff, everything from 50 to 250.
yeah. Nice.
Um, I wasn't, it's a local Colorado Springs show. So like, I'm not, I had a 300 and a $350 animal. And technically a 400 when I brought the pied.
Mm.
But like wasn't really expecting to sell them. But sold a bunch of other stuff. And yeah, I don't know
Oh,
if I don't know if I have much more to say. The plus side too from this weekend is I am actually in the black for the year
nice.
currently for everything for the cost of doing business, feeders, everything, buying a backdrop and tablecloth. So I am currently in the black,
That's
but I
awesome.
will not be in the black anymore come Saturday when I buy rodents because I'm just barely in the black.
He's just barely in the black. Well,
So, but this was the goal for the year too, was to try to break even for the
yeah,
year.
yeah.
And I feel like if I keep this pace, um, I should be able to break even for the year. But I am getting a little worried because I haven't had any clutches yet. And like at some point I am gonna run out of stock.
Yeah. I have my fourth clutch in the incubator, so it's going okay. I don't know. I feel like it's still early in the season for both of us. I think.
It is like it's different though, because the last 2 years since I've gotten clutches, at this point in March, I would have already had 3 to 4 clutches in the incubator.
Okay.
And so it's really weird not to have any.
Yeah.
Um, but like there's like 6, 7 girls that like I know are close.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on. because I at least want to make sure like the tail end shows for this year that I
Yeah,
have new stuff and different stuff.
right.
Um, I also need to get some shed tests done because there's definitely those the black pastel pieds that I have
Mm,
that I need to test because like I need to know what I can get rid of.
right,
Same thing with that one leopard pinstripe clown girl
right.
that has something else. I need to figure out what that other thing is and what's going on with the babies.
What is the panel test running now?
What's that?
What's the panel test
Maybe
running
it's
now?
like 140 or something.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I need to do that. That way, at least then I have a selection of other animals that I can bring with me. And then I have the two newer clutches that hatched at the end of the last year.
Mm.
The uh red stripe HRA spot nose pastel clown stuff. And the fire black pastel hypo stuff. Or sorry, it is black past it's clown pied 50% or no clown fuck.
There
It's hypo pie, it's double het hypo pied 50% het lav
you go.
clutch that also has black pastel and fire in it. So I do need to test at least the 4 black pastel fire um babies to see which ones are also het lav.
Hello, yeah.
Um, but other than that, once those are, I mean, those the red stripe clutch is pretty much the size, so I'll probably bring those to the Repticon.
Nice.
I don't know if I'm holding anything back from that clutch. I might hold one animal back. We'll see.
Mm.
Um, but that gets me, 5 more animals to throw on the table, and then the other clutch will give me like probably 5 more as well. So
Yeah,
it almost refills me with different stuff.
yeah.
Um,
That's
but would really like my bananas and my pieds to go.
at least by ARB.
Yep.
The shitty thing is like the both clutches that I dropped this week.
Hmm.
Uh, neither one of them are supposed to be here till after ARB.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay because I have plenty of snakes I need to get rid of. The
Yeah.
only the only 4 that fit in the little deli cups are from the VPI clown clutch. I'm keeping the one girl, and then I'm just gonna let everybody else go.
Yep.
So everybody else needs bigger tubs. So
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see the cycle too. Now that I've done this for a couple years and have vended for, this is my second year vending, is like the cycle of how the animals on your table mature.
mm,
Because like I still have that spot nose het clown boy was the last animal from that first clutch that I ever hatched. I still have one from the second clutch. So I have this range of animals from like, almost 600 grams from early 2024 babies
yeah,
to like the 120-gram animals that I brought that were like end of the year.
right.
And just seeing how those things cycle out. Like I was pretty surprised that I sold a good mix of stuff. Like I sold that spot nose het clown boy. I sold a mystic double het dream boy. I
Uh,
sold actually, funny enough, a majority of the animals I sold were males.
Interesting.
I actually hold on. I
What,
I got to bring it up now.
what do you think your ratio was that you brought to the show? Were you male heavy bringing to the show?
No, I think I was about half and half.
Okay.
Um, Oh man,
While
hold
you're
on.
looking that up, we got a shitload of shout outs.
Yeah, go for it.
KG217 Pythons, Morph KW, William Foster, Oakkins Genetics, Mark J. LePage, Rosalie Reptiles, Infinite Reptiles and Rodents, Pie Man, what's up, brother? Brett, BCS, BNC, I'm dyslexic today. Warrior Garden, Huglicious, KG, Ball hit the ball. What up, guys? First clutch in the incubator. That's what's up, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff. Killing it, brother. Killing it. Danny. Dickie. Oh, it's Steven. What up? Am I missing anybody? I don't think so.
I think you got everybody.
Sweet.
So
Make sure
I sold 9 males
5 female.
and 5 females.
Nice. Well, that's
Which I
good.
was kind of surprised about.
Got a lot of studs.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I sold 2 spot nose het clown males.
Okay. 600 grams.
One of them was 600 grams. He was ready to breed from my first clutch.
At what point do you just like, all right, this guy, I've put too many rats into him. I'm gonna just stud him out.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have anything to put him to because like I have
Yeah.
spot nose clown visual males with
Right.
other things in them.
Right.
And I have multiple of those.
Yeah.
So like in fact, like one of them I'm like as soon as he's done this year, I'll probably move on from him too.
Mm.
At least one of them. But I have some other larger ones that I'll probably move on from after this year because now like some of the stuff that I've hatched from 2024 by next year is probably going to be ready to go.
Yeah.
So like it'll be that okay, does this new female lock to anything and does she have a good clutch? Well, okay, time to let mom go.
Yeah.
I also have like the fire pied het lav I'll probably move on from because the animal I got from you is ready to go now.
Oh
And you know, blackhead OD Enchi pied het lav is better than fire pied het lav.
yeah. Just yeah.
And I held back a fire yellow belly lav het pied that he made, so I'll still have fire in the mix to kind of add to it. But
There you go.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting seeing the cycle now that I've done it a couple years, and
Yep.
Definitely feel a little more comfortable talking to other vendors too.
Nice.
Just because I've seen them around a lot more now.
Oh, there you go.
Like other than saying hi, I don't think I've ever really talked to Andy.
Oh no.
Yeah, like he was next to me, and so we chatted a bit. And then like when we were leaving on Saturday, we just started chatting about like different shows, and he's all, "Oh, I got so much dirt. I've been doing this so long." He's all, "We'll talk." So, but yeah,
I think Randy is probably one of the coolest guys as far as vendors go that I've ever met.
yeah, Randy's great.
Randy is fucking great. he is awesome.
Joe is great. Like I've talked to Joe a lot now.
Yeah. Were Mike and Melissa there?
I didn't see them.
Oh,
I didn't even see them as like customers, like walking around.
Oh shit!
Actually, you know, I didn't even think about it till now. I'm pretty surprised because usually, even if they don't vend, they go to the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's definitely it's interesting too because like now I'm talking to people as more of they're asking me for advice on how to do shows and shit. And I'm like, you know,
That's
Well,
what's
this is what I would do, and I'm like 2 years in, so,
up.
um,
That's what's up.
and yeah, I don't know. It's definitely there's been some hiccups along the way, and
Sure.
I think, like, everybody probably at one time or another has had the thought of, like, "Why am I doing this?"
I know guys
Um,
that have vended shows that have never sold anything. So
yeah,
you are you are doing good, brother. You are
um,
doing good.
but I mean, even, like, I I I think I really needed the show and the way things turned out because it kind of in a way re-energized me a little bit because like I got 3 kids. There's a ton of shit going on. They're all teenager, almost teenager kid. They all need braces, like, and it's like, fuck, man, like this shit's getting expensive. I really just need this to break even so I can keep my hobby.
You're in the black for snakes. You're definitely in the red for kids.
Yeah. Um, so but overall, like I think I needed to have the good show just to go like, okay, this this is good. I can do this.
Oh yeah.
Definitely felt more comfortable.
So you
Uh,
said 14 at this show. What was your next best show?
6.
Oh fuck, you blew that out of the water.
Yeah, I killed it on the first day of the
Hell yeah.
show.
That's what's up.
Well, I think I admit I can't remember if it was when we were talking before the show or but like I did these to go bags
Mm,
that I had my logo stamped on them. I had stickers, a business card, everything inside so I could just drop the little 1.6 quart tub in there
mm,
and let people carry it around with my logo on it, right?
mm.
And uh, I had only prepped 10 of them, and because I was like, if I sell 10 snakes, I'll be super happy.
Yeah,
And the first day I sold 9,
yeah.
and I had 1 bag left, and I'm like, shit, and had to like I came home and stamped more bags, filled more bags, and almost ran out again.
That's
Like,
awesome.
I think I prepped 8 more, so I had, like, 9 total, and I ended up selling
Another 5.
another 5.
Hell yeah.
Um,
So the industry is not dead.
it's not, like, I just think, man, somebody was talking to me about this at the show, like, we were having a conversation about people saying the market is dead, and I was like, I think those people need to look at who their customers are,
Mm,
who their potential customers are based on their location or, like, because if you're making spot nose het clowns and throwing them up on Morph Market, you're not gonna sell anything.
mm.
But I sold 2 at the show for 75 bucks a piece.
There you go.
Um, Also, I just don't think, like, I was talking to, oh, man, there's a lady and her daughter that are getting into breeding, and they come to the shows, and they were helping, Tim. Um, I Her name's Julie,
Okay.
and,
Julie.
I think we were talking about is the market dead and who your customers are and just like any kind of advice. And it was like, you know, I have stuff up on Morph Market, but the stuff that I'm making is still in that area of there's high competition on Morph Market because that's the national audience all in one spot, right? But when you start looking locally and at the shows, it's like most of us are all in different projects or slightly different projects. People are going to go to the shows and see things, and most of the people that are going to the shows are looking for pets, so they're more the audience for the stuff that I'm making right now.
Yep.
If I was making like 3 gene dreamsicles, then I would probably have a better time posting on Morph Market,
Yep.
and I would probably have a better time in very specific Illuminati groups
Yeah.
in chat, like very specific gene related chats on
Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook,
Right.
where people like
Patriot.
other breeders are selling to each other.
Yeah. For sure.
Um, because like very rarely are you going to get somebody that's buying a $2,000 pet
Oh yeah.
for a snake.
And probably no offense, but probably not at the Colorado Springs show.
No, no. Like if you had a $2,000 animal at your table and you sold something at Colorado Springs, I 99% guarantee it was one of the vendors
That bought
that
it.
bought it.
Yeah.
And I was actually talking to Randy about this,
Yeah.
and he's like, I started noticing when I was bringing the expensive animals, whenever I sold an expensive animal, it was to a vendor.
Yeah.
And like, I just started filling shit with, like, I can talk to the vendors on the side,
Yeah.
make the pre-sale and just bring it
Yeah.
and give it to them versus like, let's just make sure the display is the shit that people are going to buy.
I've told Randy that lots of times.
Yeah.
I love Randy. Yeah.
So
He's bringing these crazy animals, and I'm like, what are you doing with that here, man?
yeah.
I might buy that, but
Well, that
99% of people
that
in your butt.
first show that I vended with you, where I brought all the lavender stuff, and it was all like a ton of shit that was $600+.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like, the only things I sold were like the four, or
Right.
it was 3 animals, and it was all like fire yellow belly het pied.
Yeah.
For like $125.
So that's why I asked you earlier, are you ready to step up to 2 tables? Because that's what you do, is you go from 1 table selling 14 animals of $50 to $250 animals, 2 tables selling 30 of those. And that's, you do, 6, 7 of those a year, and that makes your year.
Yeah.
Right.
I think, like, honestly, I think I'm close. Like, if I have the clutches that I expect to have this year, by the end of this year, I'm probably should be booking 2 tables.
Yeah.
But I haven't got a single fucking clutch yet.
Yeah, they're coming.
Well, I don't know.
They're coming. It's still so early.
I know. Like, because I mean, I was like spread out all year, because like I would have the early clutches where I'd have the late December, January lay, and then hatching in March, and February, March, all the way to like I had a clutch hatch on December 31st.
Right.
Like, so like my shit is year round pretty much. So this is really weird to not have anything, but it is what it is. They'll lay when they lay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so true.
God, I forgot to mention, like, because I've shit on a lot of promoters about like advertising.
Yeah.
Like how, like the only time I've ever seen ads for shit was All American.
Yeah.
And we even had the funny one where it was the Repticon, where there was the All American sign outside of the Repticon, and no signage for Repticon, even though the show is going on this weekend. Apparently, like, I did talk about it, but like I had multiple people coming up to me saying, like, yeah, man, it was all over Facebook and Instagram and on the radio for the locals that are in Colorado Springs.
That's awesome.
Like, so the only thing I would say is, man, I wish they would just expand that a little bit to hit like Denver.
Yeah.
Because it's only an hour away. It's not that far.
Fuck it. If they're going to bring in 3,500 people on a weekend in Colorado Springs, leave it the Colorado Springs people. And then the diehard ones that are in Denver that know it's going on, they'll make the drive down without a radio commercial, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a great way to go. I think any advertising is better than Repticon with an ARP sign up front, right? Yeah. So I think that's fucking rock star shit for Show Me. That's awesome. And I hope that continues throughout the year. I hope that's not
too. Like, so I have a couple theories here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is So I did the first Loveland show in January
Mm-hmm.
at the Show Me show and did good. Better than the other Loveland shows that I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and people have mentioned the first show of the year is always the best show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and part of it, I think, is because we have sometimes a long gap between the last show of the year and the first show of the year
Right.
because of the winter and no shipping, and like people are like, I need to get a new snake.
Right.
And they go out and get a new snake. But they pulled, like, it used to be February would be the first show, and they pulled it into January.
Mm.
So there actually, and I think there was a show as late as November, so we don't have that big of a gap anymore.
Anymore. If they could do it in the January show.
And then people had mentioned that the first Colorado Springs show is really good, but multiple people have also mentioned the second show in each of these places every year isn't as good.
Mm.
So, like, I'm kind of like, okay, do I do the late Loveland show?
Right.
I don't know. Um, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how much shit I have, because if I have another show like I had this weekend at the Repticon
In 2
and
weeks.
then sell more stuff at the ARPE, then I might not have a lot left
Until some clutches start dropping.
some clutches show up and start hatching.
Right.
And I'm kind of worried about that at this point. The other thing I would say for the Show Me show is, please, for the love of God, get the table assignment shit working.
Yes.
Because the first come first serve shit doesn't work well.
Yeah.
And then people, like, you can't leave people to just go, like, just pick an open table.
Yeah. It almost makes you wonder if what happened to those girls if somebody took 2 tables that shouldn't have.
Yeah, I don't know. But like here's the thing too, is like when I came in, I was like one of the first people there, and they're like, okay, any of the side open tables in the pods, if there's nobody at them and not a post-it, they're open, take it.
Mm.
So I grabbed the first 2 that were like right next to the door.
I saw that.
And well, no, because that was afterwards, because the guy then next to me wanted to add a second table.
Oh.
And they were like, well, can you grab those 2 instead?
Oh, okay.
So I ended up grabbing 2 different ones. Like, I'm not going to fight over it. And there were plenty of tables at the time, but it's like, it's not really then first come, first serve at that point. The dude should have picked an area that had more tables.
Right, for sure.
But it also just makes it easier, because like at Repticon, I walk in, I know where my table's at.
Right.
And I just go to my table and start setting up, right? I don't have to go with because that happened to me too at the Loveland show, where I picked a table and then they moved me after I'd picked the table.
Hmm.
And it's like, just get the table assignment shit working when you sign up.
Yeah.
It's still first come, first serve. It's first serve when you sign up.
Right.
So I know they're working on it. They have mentioned they are working on it, but please, for the love of God, get that working. It'll make it so much easier and make it so much smoother, even with relationships between vendors and the promoter.
Yeah.
I think that's all I got.
Word.
I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
So
we go take more NyQuil.
Sweet. But I hope everybody enjoyed it. Unfortunately, Trevor did not get to experience the show.
This guy.
So we probably had a little less to talk about.
Loser.
Than normal, but we do have the Repticon in 2 weeks.
Yes.
And we'll talk about the Repticon.
What are we talking about next week?
Man,
Pastel.
What?
Pastel. Oh, fuck.
You should have waited to get sick until next week.
I know. Fuck, I really should have. It so hit me. Like, it was
fine. We'll talk about Pastel. We'll get the Pastel show done.
Yes.
And then it's the most popular gene.
It's going to be great. It's going to be
Everybody
great.
come back to talk about pastel next week and bring your friends. Everybody wants to talk about pastel.
You're going to need 300 people in here, at least, talking about pastel.
That's right. All right. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments, tell your friends. Pastel.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.